Hello and welcome to VR Reviews. Today we're reviewing the Marvel Legends Jubilee series Stryfe. So yes, here we have Stryfe, the figure I was looking forward to the most from this series, since he's really the only one that we don't already have a version of, with the exception of Jubilee. And he is very nicely done, well articulated and everything like that. Everything you should expect from Marvel Legends nowadays. So let's go ahead and zoom in for the articulation, skull paint details, all those sorts of things. Alright, starting off with a quick size comparison. Of course, here we have Stryfe. Here is our standard Marvel Legends 6-inch Protector, and 3 3/4-inch Marvel Universe Wolverine. Stryfe is a bit bigger than your average Marvel Legend, which is cool. He should be bigger and bulkier, considering he's filled with armor, and he's about the size of Cable, since he's essentially Cable, so he should be quite a bit bigger. And, of course, is much bigger than a Marvel Universe figure. Now, let's get the other two out here and just look at Stryfe. Alright, moving on to our 360 spin. Here you can see Stryfe. He is clad in armor, which is two different shades of silver. I guess one of them is really more black. The internal part of his armor is sort of a gunmetal-y, dark, grayish black. And then the outside of it is a light silver color. Other than that, there's not really any paint variation except for his cape, which is red. And it's nicely sculpted. It is a harder plastic than I'm used to for capes, but it's not a big deal. It does cause balance issues a bit, but you can get him to stand up, as you can see. There's lots of nice sculpting on the under part of the armor. It's all segmented and looks pretty good. The outer part of the armor's got spikes and is fairly smooth, but it's got a little bit of detail to it. And, yeah, there's not really a whole lot of issue there. Lots of nice sculpting. And pretty much an entirely new figure, which is always nice to see. Now let's go ahead and zoom in on his head sculpt. Zooming in on Stryfe's head sculpt, most of his head is big blade-like spikes on his helmet, and his helmet's all layered and it looks fairly nice. It's the same color as the rest of the silver on his armor. And then his eyes are sort of an orangish color, like they're glowing, which looks pretty cool. And then he's got a face down below that, which is just a stern expression. A little bit of his face paint is painted onto the helmet, and it's just a small error. I'm sure it's probably not even like that on all the figures, but I thought I'd mention it. Either way, the head sculpt looks pretty good, and I don't have any real issues with it. Now let's go ahead and zoom out and look at some articulation. Articulation-wise, Stryfe is pretty standard for Marvel Legend. Ball disc head that goes up and down, side to side, ball joint shoulders in and out, forward and back, bicep cut, double joint elbows, wrist hinge and rotation, diaphragm joint, waist cut, hips go in and out, forward and back, upper thigh cut, double jointed knees, hinge, and pivot in the ankles. So you can get him into pretty much any Stryfe-like poses you might need to put him in. Now, Stryfe does come with some accessories and pieces of Jubilee, so let's go ahead and look at that. Stryfe's accessory is this sword, which is gold entirely, just molded in gold plastic, and it's got little designs on the hilt, including Apocalypse's face. This is apparently sort of a one-off kind of accessory that was used in some storyline that I'm not really familiar with. So, yeah, it's a bit of a random accessory, but it's cool and it looks like it does in the comics, so I guess that's all fine. And Stryfe also comes with some pieces for Jubilee, which are her head and her two energy effects. The head sculpt looks fine to me. It's got the little goggles and stuff there. I assume it's a ball peg once you actually attach it to the body. I don't have the rest of Jubilee, so I don't know. And I assume those pink energy blasts attach to her hands in some way. Now that wraps it up for Stryfe and all of his accessories, so let's move on to the packaging. Packaging-wise, Stryfe comes in the standard style of Marvel Legends packaging, and this is the X-Men version, because that's what this wave is. So it's got the Marvel X-Men logo up there at the top. Only at Toys R Us, which is mildly annoying. Marvel Legends, Stryfe, and on the back you get a picture of the figure, a little description, and the other figures that are in this wave, which would be Stryfe, Magneto, Cyclops, Storm, and Wolverine, as well as the Build-A-Figure Jubilee. At the moment, Stryfe is the only one I have, and he is sort of the most important one to me in this wave, although I would like to have some of the other ones. Of course, if I get the other ones, I will review them. As always, these are good for in or out of package display, so yeah. Stryfe. Alright, that wraps it up for Stryfe, so until next time, goodbye! Hello, you've just watched one of my videos. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed my videos. If you didn't, run away and never return. Also, feel free to check out my other channels, Venom Raptor for all my variety gaming content, and VR Reviews for reviews of various action figures and collectibles. Thank you, and goodbye.